And you know how I said before, like, it's like they just wanted video footage so that they can chop and screw and create new footage to try to re-explain what happened to me last year in October 2024. The Muslim people at the end of my block, the young girls were wearing face masks. And when these people started being funny towards me this summer, I said they were doing all of that weird stuff. I was getting ready to leave again. I was about to try to take a train, go to my family's house this time. I wasn't going nowhere to do anything crazy. They kept going by me and like shaking the face mask up, like, oh, cover up, cover your face, cover up, like they were helping me. I should have known better, but there was so much going on, I didn't put two and two together. So that's something else they did this summer too. They did that. They put the hand behind the back thing. They what else was recreated? Let me think about it. The duffel bag. Now they had a dude that looked just like my dad. It wasn't my dad. He had the same beard. He had on cargo shorts, a short sleeve shirt, and a bucket hat. They had him also. It's funny how they were just talking and all of a sudden they got quiet. He had a bucket hat on, and they had him walking around with a duffel bag, like as if something was to happen to me. Now this time they wanted to frame it and actually have it look like my dad. It was not my dad. So that needs to be something that gets exposed and explained too. They recreated the same thing, and I'm pretty sure they're about to try to falsify videos and evidence and stuff like that. And all of this needs to go out there immediately. Y'all got the wrong person. You're not going to come after me. You're not going to come after my dad. You're not going to blame us for anything. Y'all are going to go to jail for this. One way or another, God is going to get you. One way or another, God is going to get you. You deserve it. People deserve to be safe. People don't deserve to go through this. People don't deserve to be forced to participate out of fear. People like me don't deserve to be attacked because you're in fear. People like me don't deserve to be attacked because you think you're a gangster. All of this stuff needs to be documented and recorded. That was not my dad. What else is something that they redid this summer? Just like I said, with me being afraid of being in my house, I'm walking around in the city a lot. I couldn't find my mom. Couldn't find my mom at all. So I'm walking around the city. I'm trying to figure out where would she be? Where could I see? Where can I go? I checked all of the different spots like me and her used to meet up and hang out at. I checked all of those spots. I would think about like different conversations she would have where she said where she was, or like, yeah, I used to be over there. Or sometimes I go over there. Or sometimes I was checking all of those spots. I was doing everything I could to try to figure out how to like find my mom. And I didn't have any money to leave the city anyway. So it was a lot going on. That's something else that was going on. Like, I don't know if they're going to like go to these spots and where I was like sitting at, trying to figure out how to figure out my mom. And then I sent my mom my address. So I was also afraid to like leave the city, find a way out of here. And then my mom go to my house and then somebody hurt her then. So trying to pace back and forth to figure out if leaving and trying to go to my family was the best thing, or to wait at my house to see if she would come, because I sent her an email, but she didn't really have access to it because the phone she had was my phone, and then the phone went off. You understand what I said? I didn't have the phone anymore. The phone company cut the phone off, right? So I didn't have access to get it fixed for her, or get turned back on for her. So I was afraid for her to come to the house and like maybe somebody would be waiting for her. So there's footage of that, or like she said there was one, and then mind you, the one night where I was actually about to leave, I'm uptown in Harlem by 145th Street. And they had like cars and trucks just speeding into the Bronx. All of the buses riding past me with the lights off. Like some really weird, that's why I'm saying like MTA, them workers, dirty AF, right? And then they had certain officers riding down. They had their lights turned off too. Everywhere I was going around the city, they were putting ambulance trucks by me. So now it's like, if they're going to try to chop and screw and make other videos and stuff like that, it'll look like, oh, the whole time something was going on, we had help for her. She just didn't get it. Like they had the ambulance trucks by me everywhere I was going this summer. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like they put these things in place to try to like recreate what they did, because so many of them are wrong. The police department didn't help me when they were supposed to. So of course they would be okay with trying to cover this thing up. The hospital itself, the nurse, the Asian nurse who put the needle on my arm, she stabbed me with the needle. The police officers put the dude at the end of my bed who moved out of the way, went to the bathroom and cleansed himself. Like they do like those documentaries and those researchers that said like when people do something wrong to, let's say, a kid, they go and they put the kid into the bath water to try to cleanse or make it right. Like, so always be mindful when you hear stories like that. The dude went into the bathroom to cleanse himself, and then he started moving the bed out of the way, getting himself ready to do something to me, and they finally put him out of the hospital. So they did that. When I went to the hospital this summer, because I couldn't breathe. They had just painted my apartment. I didn't know if I was breathing in fumes and stuff like that. The doctor said that they didn't do a lead test poisoning, and then gave me documents that said that he did the lead test poisoning, which would be a reenactment of what happened at the first hospital with the nurse who stabbed me. When they put me in the psychiatric side, they falsified a report and said that she found psychosis and she found a weed disorder. I never spoke to a doctor. They took me in. I was in the room over there. They gave me something so I can take a shower. I took a shower. I was in the room. I ate one time, and then they released me immediately. So no doctor ever spoke to me. They had one time a doctor came in the room, but like I said, and I don't know if I posted that video yet, there was a girl in that room. She kept taking her clothes off around me. She kept looking at me funny, and she was in there with a dude. That was like her I guess her best friend or something. They were sitting together in the food room. They were walking around together. The doctors came in and talked to her about sexual assault, and it was a plainclothes guy who looked like security who stood at the door too. While I was sitting in the room, they had this conversation with her. So are they going to try to say that that's when the doctor spoke to me? No doctor ever spoke to me. I'm exposing y'all. You're going to have to cover this up, but you're going to have to do a whole lot to make yourself accountable for it. I don't care. Like I said, God knows what he's doing and when he's using them. You get the right judge to do something dirty, this will be a problem for you one day. I promise. God is not going to let this go. You can't touch everybody. I'm a good person. I'm obedient to God. I do what I'm supposed to do. You're not about to cover me up. You're not about to get away with doing something wrong to me. You better leave me alone.